It's your prophetess here, Mary Tama, the Queen of the North. Today I want to speak about something that I believe the world has been waiting for. Because we've entered into a new dispensation, so the world is returning to innocence. We are now going back to the beginning, to what happened in the Garden of Eden, which is located in Zimbabwe, soon after the fall of man. And the subject I'm going to talk about is polygamy or polygyny, where one man has got several wives. This goes back to the beginning. That's why there's so much confusion whether does the God of Israel, the Creator, allow polygamy? Is polygamy a sin? Is it wrong? Is it right? There's always a debate about it. Because the world has been waiting for this moment of revelation. I am the prophetess of my Lord's husband, the Messiah. I have been anointed by the God of Israel to be the one to give this message to the world as the priestess of the Northern Kingdom, as the prophetess of my husband, and as the queen of the Northern Kingdom. I do come from Zimbabwe, a place that is called the land of Ophir, where the gold is very good, but the land is cursed. Because that's where everything began. Now the God of Israel created man. He created Adam, a black man, by the way, from the soil. Then after he had created the black man, he created a woman for him. But this woman, her name was Gadziguru. This was not Eve. She was very, very disobedient. And she did not want to be submissive to Adam. And she felt she was his equal. Because of the way she was created, she felt like, I'm your equal. And I also have dominion in my own realm. Some people call her Lilith. But there's a reason why this woman is not included in this book. And she remains a mystery. The God of Israel dealt with her in his own way. But we know that she wasn't altogether destroyed. But the God of Israel had a second plan. After he created this woman who could never submit, that's why the God of Israel said he couldn't find a suitable helpmate for Adam. Not in the animals, not in nature, and not even in the first woman he had given to Adam. So he put the man in a deep sleep, a very deep sleep. Then he took the rib of Adam, because he thought, if I take the rib from Adam, then this woman is going to be the perfect helpmeet. Because the first woman, Gadziguru, was created in her own right as female, not from the rib. But this woman, who was supposed to be the perfect helpmeet for Adam, her name was Eve. And she was made literally from the flesh of Adam, from the rib of Adam. And the God of Israel placed her there, and he said to Adam, there she is, name her. She is your property. She's coming. She's bone of your bone, flesh of your flesh. That's your perfect helpmeet. But then, for Eve, sadly, that was not enough. She still not only disobeyed her husband, but she caused him to fall. She caused him to sin. She ate the forbidden fruit. She chose not to be under the covering of her own husband. She chose to listen to the serpent. She chose to listen to the enemy of her own creator. So her sin was very, very great. It caused the whole fall of the original creation of the God of Israel on this earth. She made the men to fall. So now that is us. We are now in that place today where we are now going back to that moment of the fall. That's going back to innocence, going back to the beginning. Where it was not the will of the God of Israel for this woman he thought was perfect for Adam. He did everything to make her the perfect helpmeet for the men. But because of her rebellion, the God of Israel's punishment was severe. And he said, look, what you've done is probably even worse than what Gatsuguru has done, than what Lilith has done. What is your excuse? Oh, you woman! You are the bone of his bone and flesh of his flesh. And what did the God of Israel do? He put a punishment on the woman that was more severe than the punishment of Adam for listening to his wife. Why did the woman have the greatest punishment? He said, you are going to give birth to children just sitting down like I am in this water. Then I'll just bring forth a child in peace and tranquility. That was the original plan of the God of Israel. But because of what she did was so severe, he said, in pain you shall bring forth children. You are never going to have it easy. So this is why today we give birth in excruciating pain, where we can't even understand why a loving God will cause such pain. I know because I've given birth to 7 children. I know the pain of carrying a child and bringing forth life into this world. But that was not the only punishment that the God gave to Eve. Because of her rebellion, she caused the whole world. She caused even these plants. When the man fell, nature fell with him. He was only supposed to eat herbs, but we now eat animals because everything had to change. When men fell, even the trees cry because of what Eve did. It affected everything. That is the Eve effect. That is the butterfly effect. That is the Eve gene. But that was not the only punishment the God of Israel gave to the woman. Every woman on earth is under the punishment of Eve. No woman carries a child and there's no pain. But that's not the only punishment. The biggest punishment was the nature of the marriage. Your desire shall be for your husband, but he shall rule over you. Because you don't want peace. You don't want order. Now you shall submit in pain. And you desire him, but he shall rule over you. Because he was just so laid back in the garden, treating you so nicely that, oh, this is my flower. And you took that for granted and you disobeyed him, caused him to fall. Why didn't you eat the fruit on your own? Why did you have to give it to him? Why did you seduce him? Why did you put a spell on him? So because of that, your desire shall be for your husband and he shall rule over you. And this is the reason for polygamy. Polygamy was never the original plan. Yes, it was one man and one woman in God of Israel's perfect world. The garden he prepared for Adam. Only one woman was enough for him. Because a man can only truly give himself fully to one woman. That is the original plan of Yahweh. But now to put the woman in her place. To put the woman in her place and remind her that you are under your husband. He said, I'm going to bring other women. Because you have taken what I've given you for granted. Now a man will have multiple wives, and I will not have a problem with it. I'll even bless him with multiple wives. And you shall know that the love that was originally meant for just you to enjoy, you shall know that your husband goes into other women to enjoy them in your realm. Because you are so disobedient. The same way. So polygamy is natural. The same way labor is natural. You can't say labor is not natural. You can't say childbirth is not natural. Of course, it's not the original plan of Yahweh, but it's the most natural thing. As painful as labor is, I do look forward to giving birth. I enjoy what comes after the pain. I love it when the baby's out, then all pain just disappears, and what is left is just the beauty, the glory, and you forget the pain. There is beauty in polygamy for the woman if she submits to the will of Yahuwah, and know that there is no turning back. The same way labor is labor, the pain will always be there, but there is the greatest joy in being a mother. That's why the God of Israel says the woman shall be saved in childbearing. There is so much joy in bringing forth a child in pain, because pain defines our character. Pain builds us. Pain brings us into submission to our Creator. The same way the pain of polygamy brings us into the full glory of submission to your Lord's husband. That is why polygamy, and I'm working on this book that is going to go back to the beginning, the book that tells you why the God of Israel desires polygamy today for his men. That's why he used to bless his holy men with multiple women. And the women of old understood this principle. Leah understood it. Rachel understood it. Sarah understood it. That it's better to be obedient than to sacrifice. When you take another woman and you bring that woman to your husband and say, "Here, my Lord husband," that is obedience. And these women understood this principle. It doesn't mean it wasn't painful for them. It doesn't mean it wasn't hard for them. But they wanted to please their husband. And it's even proven that because of what they did, the God of Israel would even bless them even more. That's why today we know their names. These women would bring wives to their husbands. Because that is now the plan and the purpose of the God of Israel, to establish order in the marriage institution, to establish order in the woman. Without polygamy, a woman does not know her place. Here in the United Kingdom, where I fight for the rights of us women in the Northern Kingdom to be in polygamous marriages, they demonize polygamy. In this country, the culture in Britain is that a happy wife is a happy home. A husband asks for permission to even go out for a drink from his wife. The women rule in their households with a rod of iron. There is no order. There is an abomination in this land when it comes to women. They have no respect for their husbands. The only thing which brings a woman into submission to her husband is polygamy. If a man has got a rebellious wife, all he has to do is get another wife, put her in the house, and the woman will automatically know her place. That is why polygamy is holy today. It's sacred. The same way giving birth in pain is holy and it's sacred. The God of Israel is not confined to, if plan A doesn't work, he's got plan B. Because he is the God of Israel, he does what he wants. We are not here to say, why should a man have multiple wives when we should also have multiple husbands? He does whatever he sees fit to bring order in his kingdom. And this is why only in the northern kingdom, in the whole earth, we are the only ones with the true blueprint of polygamy. What is happening in America with the Egyptians, they call polygamy is an abomination. They just bring women to have sex threesomes. Women who are lesbians and bisexual, then they call it polygamy. Then they say, treat all women the same. It's impossible. Every man, whether he likes it or not, will have one woman that he loves. The rest are additions. That is the true blueprint of polygamy. And I am the favorite wife of my Lord husband. I pray that the God of Israel blesses him with more wives. I pray that the God of Israel blesses him with beautiful wives, so that my Lord husband can enjoy fully his blessing of being the King of the North and the Messiah. And someone wrote to my Lord husband and said, you are the Messiah, but polygamy is a sin. It was not the original plan. Repent, attend the Messiah. If anything, the God of Israel is blessing him with more wives to establish his kingdom, to establish the rebirth of Kubala, the northern kingdom. You are looking right now at the mother of Israel. And this kingdom is going to be built on the foundation of polygamy. We are going back to the beginning. I am your prophetess, and I have spoken.